Welcome everyone to Kensington action, just the 6-race card here. We're all set. Ready for race 1. Emberley bouncing around a bit. They settle. Off and racing now, and King of Dragons began brilliantly. Favourite's going to find the front. He goes straight to the rail and leads from Floral Legend working across. Handy was Wah Wah Wah. On the inside of Wolsey Mate, Emberley centre field the inside. Then came Some Invictus, being followed by Perfect Justice. And last of all, settling down was Sensational Wind. Favourite has his neck arched. That's King of Dragons, and he travels boldly in front to the 700 metres by 1 length on Floral Legend. Wah 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 gets a nice trail, followed by Wolsey Mate, Emberley. Half away the outside, Some Invictus, followed by Perfect Justice. And Sensational Wind eases wide to start a run. They're coming up to the home turn. 4.25 out. King of Dragons travels pretty well. He leads by a length and a half on Floral Legend. In behind those, Wah Wah Wah. Wolsey Mate's being called on. Sensational Wind wide out inside the last 250. Wolsey Mate's coming after this favourite here, King of Dragons. King of Dragons kicking. Wolsey Mate ahead away the outside. It's Wolsey Mate, King of Dragons fighting it out. Nothing else really a winning chance. The King of Dragons is lifting. He's lifting the King. King of Dragons fighting and fighting too well. King of Dragons with a few nervous moments. He gets there. Wins it a half a length on Wolsey Mate. Third's tight between Wah 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 and Floral Legend. Sensational Wind was next home from Emberley, Some Invictus and Perfect Justice.
Yeah, agonisingly tight for that third placing, but one thing we do know is King of Dragons has been able to stave them all off late, and it was Wolsey Mate who loomed as the main danger at a big price and has run fantastically well there first up from a break, but King of Dragons deserved that. Has been knocking on the door, a good run on the Kenzo 2 back over the third scene. Last start on the Gold Coast, just bumped into a handy one there behind Heavenly Impact and wasn't beaten too far, a lip at best, and now King of Dragons manages to get that win, and well done to Gary Portelli and to Braith Knock, who gets another victory in town. Ali Mosley on the money, so too Mick Wallace, and we'll confirm those minors in 2 ticks. But first, I always like it when we chat pre-race and post-race. You arrived confident, and thankfully the King's done the job.
Yeah, I thought if he could obviously reproduce his form, he'd be very hard to beat, and he managed to do that today. It was a great ride from Braith. Obviously, great job for the team to get the horse here in good order. Like, it's not easy after a big trip to Brisbane and back. Obviously, nearly won there, but a good day to break your maiden still today.
Did you have some nervy moments in the straight? Wolsey Mate loomed up, but he was brave late, your fella.
Yeah, he's very tough, to be fair to him. He does really try his guts out for you, and you know, in a fight, he's always been very hard to beat.
How many of the Harry Angels have you guys got?
This is probably our favourite one, I have to say, and we'll be looking for a few more of them as well.
Yeah, and well worth it, I think, off the back of that. Well done.
Awesome, thank you.
And please pass on a big congratulations to Gary Portelli as well. 1, 5, 3 and 9 confirmed across the line. So the 5 Wolsey Mate runs second. The 3 will run third, that being Wah Wah Wah, and the 9 fourth, Floral Legend. Mick, can we get your thoughts there on the first?
Yeah, good performance, wasn't it, from King of Dragons? I think we knew pre-race that the big advantage that he had was the fact that he was match fit. He was having his fifth run back from a spell today. The blinkers coming off, the visors going on. He was able to find the front so comfortably, and from that point on, if you'd taken the shorts, you were on reasonably good terms with yourself. Wolsey Mate loomed large, had around the furlong, and probably got within a neck of King of Dragons, and maybe just the condition gave out. A nice debut there from Wah 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 too. Certainly a horse to keep close tabs on moving forward. But it did look his race on paper, King of Dragons, and it's good that he's been able to salute at start number 6.
Absolutely. So last 600, 34.04, that race time 1:13.29. The margins are half length in the end, a half length by 1.5 lengths between second and third. And on Wolsey Mate, you make a good point. When you have a look at that initial preparation, Ali, the improvement from 1200 to 1400 was significant. So here over the 1250 today with fitness, you would think next start, was going to be very difficult to beat in similar company. But as for our winner, well deserved by King of Dragons, and another win to Braith Knock.
There you go, Ben. That might be a black booker for you. Wolsey Mate looked pretty wound up and will no doubt only improve physically as well. Looks like he'll only get better out over a trip, but all honours with Braith Knock aboard the winner there, and he was able to stave off a late surge there from Wolsey Mate.
Yeah, he began brilliantly, and he travelled very strong throughout, and he seems to not quicken a lot, but you sort of got to get him under pressure, and he just keeps going. I thought he was quite tough there the other horse sort of got within a neck of him, and then he just didn't let him get past. But yeah, good performance.
What's the wind like?
I didn't think it was too bad. It sort of pushes around the side, and then it's not sort of going with you out the straighter touch too, so it's not so bad.
Nice to get one on the board early.
Yeah, thank you.
Ali, you should know jockeys don't hop off after winning the first and question the conditions. But being up on speed, you would imagine with a huge tailwind will be advantageous through the day. But also the horse with the best resume has taken out the first 1, 5, 3 and 9. That time again 1:13.29. One race down here on the Kenzo. Victory to King of Dragons.
Favourite backers off to a good start in both Sydney and Brisbane, with both odds-on favourites getting the job done. And as mentioned by the team, King of Dragons, $1.85, pays $1.90 on the local tote. Whilst Me Mates run a cracker at $3.20. Wah Wah Wah, $2.20. Narrowly got third over Floral Legend. Very windy conditions. That's race number 1 of 6 down at Randwick, Kensington.
Hurry Miss about to complete the line here. 3:20 now. Sunshine Law, your favourite. Red lights are on. Off and racing now. Caught them in a good line too. Chelsea off the inside, stepped okay. Favourite away well was Sunshine Law. And those two join each other in the lead. It's Chelsea the inside of Sunshine Law. Pink Shalala straight into a good spot third. Then Eccedere running fourth the inside. Gyra slotting in outside of Bendrote. Getting back was Hurry Miss. Followed by the first starter, Serious Legend, being covered up by Cuban Rain the outside. Chelsea leads Sunshine Law, turning off the back straight. They've got 750 metres to go. It's Chelsea a half length in front of Sunshine Law. The speed slackens. Pink Shalala wanted to over-race the outside of Eccedere. Behind those horses, Gyra. Bendrote railing up from Hurry Miss, Serious Legend. And Cuban Rain is the last one. It's Chelsea coming past the 600 metres. He's just off the bridle here. Berry's had to work on him. Favourites hanging Sunshine Law around the turn. Not getting around the bend at all here, Sunshine Law, and lost ground. Eccedere got a dream run, comes after the leader. Pink Shalala, Gyra's back near the inside in the straight. Chelsea and Eccedere, they're fighting it out. Sunshine Law trying to pick up the pieces. Then Pink Shalala, Hurry Miss ran up behind them. Eccedere led 150 to go. Pink Shalala trying to close. Sunshine Law still there. It's Eccedere, the roughie, leading by a length and a half with 50 to go. And Eccedere is going to keep kicking here. Eccedere, aided by a beautiful run, wins from Pink Shalala. Third in, that might be Hurry Miss, ahead of the fast finishing Serious Legend. Sunshine Law didn't get round the turn. Behind those, Gyra, followed by Bendrote, Chelsea and Cuban Rain.
Well, the name suggests she's born to exceed, and she's done exactly that at the midweeks. The 9, Eccedere, Zach Lloyd, Chris Waller gets career victory number 1 at start. Number 4 is the 3-year-old daughter of Exceedance out of Pussycat Dream, and backs up after that 4th last time at Kembla Grange over the 1400 metres. She got an absolute dream run through there, Zach Lloyd, with a magnificent steer. And as for the minors, well, there were some good runs in behind, particularly by the 3rd and 4th horse, but 9 beats 1, Pink Shalala. The 5, Hurry Miss, in for 3rd, and the 3, Serious Legend, was an eye catcher there on debut out wide. Mick?
Yeah, nice performance, wasn't it, from Eccedere? This 3-year-old filly by Exceedance stepping out for a fourth start in a race today. She did enough first up there at Kembla Grange when finishing 4th behind Imposing Pier, so that's a nice little form upgrade for our favourite going around in the final event today. And she's obviously improved out of sight off that first up hit out, and a lovely ride from Zach Lloyd has seen her get home. Good performance from Pink Shalala. Will present 3rd run back next time out, and might be time to get on that galloper. That's 2 really good runs in a row now. Hurry Miss was pretty good also, but all honours with Eccedere, who wins at start 4.
Yeah, I did see Chris Harwood here a little bit earlier, so I'm sure we'll have a chat to him in 2 ticks. But just having a look at the replay, I was wondering where the 3 had come from, that being Serious Legend. They were up along the inside of runners, and it wasn't until they peeled to the very outside that they were able to get the best out of that galloper. So maybe one to keep an eye on, Serious Legend, and maybe a horse who just enjoys being outside of runners rather than within a packed field. Charlie Duckworth, well, I was expecting the other Chris, but there you go. It's great to see your lovely face. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. It was a good win, aided by a beautiful ride. Obviously, a couple were inconvenienced coming around the home turn with that horse laying out badly and sort of forcing Pink Shalala out wider than what we would have liked. But yeah, look, Zach utilised the position he was in, and it was good to see her win.
Were you expecting improvement? I mean, the first up run was quite good over the 1300, but given what we saw last preparation, this is a really improved filly.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, she did need to improve, and look, she was those odds for a reason. There's enough smart people out there watching racing day to day to work out the odds. But she was aided by a beautiful ride and some inconvenience, and she was the beneficiary of it.
Just quickly on Pink Shalala, of your runners, she travelled so sweetly to the turn. It was a bit of a shame that she did get shunted off there.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's obviously been a bit of a work in progress, the horse, and a real shame not to break through for his win today, but he'll live to fight another day, and I'm sure he won't be a maiden for too long.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks very much to Charlie. All right, 9, 1, 5 and 3. I'll go through the times in a tick, but Ali has Zach.
I sure do, and Zach, you were able to take advantage of that nice position in the run.
Yeah, obviously it was quite a messy race, but she done very well. She's obviously improved a lot from start to start. She's quite lean, so she's still got a bit of maturing through physically, but it was a nice win.
She looks like a filly with a good attitude, though.
Yeah, she handled the day really well. She jumped in and began a bit awkwardly, but I gave her a squeeze, so I wanted to try hold that boxy position, and yeah, luckily I did, because there was a bit of carnage everywhere else, and she got a lovely passage through, but she quickened really well, so she's definitely a filly on the rise.
Well done.
Thank you, Ali.
Congratulations to Zach Lloyd. Gets a win there with Eccedere, 9, 1, 5 and 3, $41.20 if you don't mind, and $6.20 the place. 34.85 that last sixth, and the race time 1:23.75. The margin's 1 1/4 lengths by half a length. That wind hasn't died down as yet, and it could continue to play havoc with a few runners across the course of the day if it continues. But no problem for Eccedere, a blowout in the second.
And we're just about right. Race number 3. They're just about set to go. Red light's on now. All clear from behind. They're off and racing now, and Sweysive out wide, bounded out brilliantly. And he lands a length and a half in front, does Sweysive. Malabar handy coming across Don Pedro, and Moritz Girl is pushing up there as well. Just behind those King of Florida, and Fiddler's Green can see them all. So Sweysive able to find the top. He leads here. Moritz Girl just pushing up in the middle, making Don Pedro do a little bit of work. He should eventually get outside the lead here, Don Pedro. Malabar fourth, the rails, followed by King of Florida. And your favourite Fiddler's Green, he's last. Turning off the back straight now, and they've got just short of 900 metres to run. The front runner is Sweysive. He leads by half a length on Don Pedro, who got to his girth now. Behind them, Malabar, Moritz Girl, King of Florida being eased off heels as they slow. And Fiddler's Green second last. He's pegged away on the inside, just in an awkward spot before the turn. 600 metres out, and it's Sweysive leading his stablemate Don Pedro. Behind them was Malabar, Moritz Girl, Fiddler's Green saving ground. And last on the outside, King of Florida. They're coming for home now, 400 metres to go. Sweysive led by half a length. Don Pedro closing. Behind them, Malabar, Moritz Girl, Fiddler's Green. They're starting to open up a bit for him, but he's 3 or 4 lengths away still. Sweysive kicking, 2:25 to run. He's just in front of Moritz Girl, trying hard. Fiddler's Green is out, but he's still 2 lengths off the lead. It's Sweysive. Moritz Girl won't go away. Sweysive fighting. Moritz Girl within a half, but Sweysive, you can't stop the Baker Express. Sweysive wins by half a length on Moritz Girl. In for third was Malabar, and Fiddler's Green, unsuited by the tempo, you'd have to say. Behind those, Don Pedro and King of Florida.
Yeah, they're flying, no doubt about that. 13 wins in 45 runners. Make that 46 runners with the 2 going around here today. But well done to Ali Mosley. Pick of the yard salutes, up on speed and keeps on going. Moritz Girl was the other one that kind of kept on going, but was beaten, 3/4 of a length in the end. As for the beaten brigade, the 5, Malabar, has run well on the 3, Fiddler's Green. Forgive me, Ali, that was your pick. I've given you credit where it wasn't due. But anyway,
I'll take it, Ben.
Numbers across the line. Well, Sweysive 2 good, 8 second, 5 third, and 3 in for 4th. We'll catch up with Glenn in a tick, but Mick, we might get your thoughts post-race quickly.
Yeah, Sweysive continues his love affair with the Kenzo track. He just travelled so sweetly out in front. Moritz Girl launched and made a bit of a challenge there at the top of the straight, but he's done a great job to really kick in under his big weight, and he was at the peak of his powers third run back from a spell. I don't think Moritz Girl would have lost too many admirers, and a better effort from Malabar back in third spot, but the Beour Bay train just keeps on rolling.
Certainly does. Sweysive, fantastic. And you mentioned that form on the Kenzo. That's now 3 wins and a minor from 4 cracks at the track. Loves the Kenzo. Some love it, some hate it, but Sweysive certainly enjoys it here.
Yeah, I think most leaders love it, Ben, especially when you can get away with cheap sectionals. You know, he hasn't got a real good turn of foot, but he does just keep going. And Josh sort of wound him up, sort of coming to the turn and got him running. And he got that good gust of wind behind his back coming down the straight. So, yeah, he just keeps fine. And he's a pretty consistent horse. Yeah, well, as long as he can just keep coming to these type of races, I think he'll acquit himself good.
And he's been able to pick off a couple of races earlier on in the prep, but this is kind of his go-to, 1550, even the mile. That seems to be his sweet spot.
Yeah, 100%, round the mile. And now he's had 3 runs back, you know, he'll be even better for his next run.
What did you think of the stablemate there, Dom Pedro? Maybe just facing the breeze might have brought him undone?
Yeah, probably did. Yeah, he knocked up a bit late. I thought at the top of the straight, I thought, geez, he's going to be in the race. But I think just a bit of match fitness probably saw him out a bit late. But no, he'll be all the better for the run.
Goes all right, this bloke in the saddle, doesn't he, Josh Parr?
He goes good, yeah. All
right, let's hear from him now as he just returns to scale. Ali, we'll head your way. 185 and 3, 34.29 that last 6, 133.7 the race time, 3/4 of length, the winning margin.
He does. Well, Bjorn Baker's in red hot form, as is this man Josh Parr, and you're able to get your way in front.
Yeah, that's right. He has the barrier speed was exceptional today, and it made my decision very easy. He was straight to the fence, straight to the front. Just had to go as slow as I could down the back into the wind, and once we turned down the side, it was smooth sailing from then.
Once he gets rolling, he looks a horse who just is able to cruise.
Yeah, he does. He's got this really interesting habit. He's done it from the first time I rode him. When you're cornering and quickening, he just gets a little bit disconnected, and you just got to help him through that period, because at the other side of it, he's going to show a turn of foot and be really brave.
Well done, you're in great form.
Thank you.
Well done, Josh. 1.853. As I mentioned, that race time 133.7. Margins 3/4 of length by 1 1/4. Sweysive, fantastic. Continues the love affair with the Kenzo. 1.85 and 3. 3 races down.
And Sweysive, all too good for Beour Baker, as mentioned by Luke during the call. The Baker Express just keeps on going. This time pays $3.80 and $2 Sweysive. Josh Parr booting home the winner. Moritz Girl, Braven for second, $2.70. Malabar's run third for Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald, no third dividend. And Fiddler's Green, the favourite, could only manage fourth behind the very slow speed, with the leader Sweysive all too strong up on speed there. That takes us halfway through the 6-race card at Randwick, Kensington.
But El Hudson's been the well-supported runner into favouritism here. So Newchee Thinks walks forward and we're set. 1800. Off and racing now. Caught them okay. Kirakan in the centre gets a squeeze. He's looking to go forward. Sly Boots, Heaven Bound, both handy. Back toward the inside was El Hudson and Sweet Proposal, and they're 4 or 5 abreast into the first turn at the mile. It's Sly Boots sliding forward. He's ridden with intent here by Bayliss, looking for the top. Sweet Proposal, Kirakan, Heaven Bound. They're very bunched. Have a look at this. You could throw a blanket over them as they go into the back straight. El Hudson's over on the inside, followed by Captain Maverick, and last was So Newchee Thinks. So Sly Boots, he eventually got to the front. 1,200 metres to go. Heaven Bound parks off him now. In behind those was Sweet Proposal, and Kirakan is fourth. Settling midfield was El Hudson over on the inside of Captain Maverick. He's allowed to find his feet, the favourite. And last of all was So Newchee Thinks. Sly Boots comes down the side now. At the 800 metres, he leads by 1 length. Heaven Bound cruising along in second placing. Kirakan gets a lovely trail. Third and fourth, the outside of Sweet Proposal. Next, the inside was El Hudson from Captain Maverick, and still last was So Newchee Thinks. Slyboots gets away here. 550 metres to go. He puts about 2 lengths on Heaven Bound. Sweet Proposal sneaking runs. Kirakan had to peel. And El Hudson's back behind those. Early in the straight. Slyboots about to be given full bore under the 61. Kirakan closing. He's within a length. Now a half the outside. El Hudson, Captain Maverick running on. They got to Slyboots quickly. And El Hudson in the centre is looming after Kirakan. Captain Maverick. So Newchee Thinks is running on as well. It's El Hudson hitting the lead, but So Newchee Thinks is bursting through. The mare sprints up in the centre, claims the lead, and So Newchee Thinks racing brilliantly in foal. She races away by 2 lengths and salutes on El Hudson. Then came Captain Maverick, followed by Kirakan. Then Sweet Proposal. These leaders absolutely hit the wall. They must have gone hard there. Slyboots and Heaven Bound last and second last.
Oh, it's easy pickings at these metro venues for Jose. First trip to Randwick, and he gets the win with So Newchee Thinks. He's been doing the bulk of his riding since coming over from Brazil with Chris Lees. He had a win at Warwick Farm the other day, and now he comes to headquarters, albeit on the Kensington track, and takes it out. The 6, So Newchee Thinks. As I said, there was support at an each-way price this morning with tab fixed odds, $8.30 the close on the tote. El Hudson loomed to win the race, just had one peel off the back and prove a little bit too strong late, and did bump into the barrier at one point in running there. I don't know that it threw El Hudson too much, but just worth noting. And Captain Maverick has ultimately run in for third. 6, 3, 2, and I think it was the 4 it was. Kirakan ultimately running fourth. Well, a couple of stories out of this. I guess we'll start with the horse, So Newchee Thinks, who has been fantastic the past 2 preparations.
Yeah, she certainly has. Obviously, she's racing in career best form at the moment, and it's a bit of a messy run race. So they really ramped it up coming to the turn, and thought we were in a little bit of trouble there in the early part of the straight, but credit to her, she knuckled down nicely.
Talk to me about Jose. So I'll stop after today referring to him as João Moreira's cousin, because it feels as though he's certainly a well-accomplished jockey in his own right, and we're going to see that here in Australia.
Yeah, we certainly will. He's a nice young fellow, and he's a very hard-working young man as well, so he's making the most of his opportunities, and very happy to see the success along the way.
He's having good success with you. I think that's 7 wins now since he made the trip over.
Yeah, he certainly is, and I'm hoping there's plenty more for him.
Okay, stable's going well. Keep it going.
Thank you.
All right, thanks very much to Danny. 6, 3, 2 and 4. That last 6 was 36.15. The race time 149.37. The margin, well, 2 lengths in the end. 2 lengths by 1.5 lengths. At about the 150, you thought, oh, am I going to get a split? Can So Newchee Thinks reel in our leader? And as it turns out, she's done that and done that easily. 2 lengths, the winning margin in the end. So when you look back through her form, that now makes it 5, 7, 8 in a row where she's been in the money, whether it be at the provincials or now here in town. She's been running so well and continues to perform at a high standard for the Lees camp. We'll get to Ali, who can have a chat to Jose. Fantastic ride, and I'm sure he's happy to stick with this girl.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And your first time riding here at Royal Randwick, a winner, you must be happy.
Yeah, very happy. I'm very happy for everything has happened in my life. So I always feeling emotional because Presley is one person, very, very good man, helping me, give me good opportunities, and I'm very proud with that.
So you should be. That was a fantastic result. You've been with Chris for a few months now and you've had some great success already.
Yeah, I have rode some races the next few days because I was on holiday off school. But now I'm back to school, so it's a little bit hard processing to change my visa because I have to go to school every weekdays. But when I improve my English and my visa, I think I can ride more, and I'm very glad for everything now.
Hopefully we can see you stick around here in Australia for a little bit longer and ride more winners.
Thank you very much.
Yep, 248 winners across the board so far for Jose, and 8 of those now in Australia. 9 of them now, 7 of them with Chris Lees. So doing a fantastic job, and I believe he was champion jockey at Sao Paulo before coming over a couple of years in a row. So well accomplished, as I said. 6, 3, 2 and 4. Great to have him here. So Newchee Thinks, a fantastic winner there of race number 4. 2 legs of the quaddie down.
Yeah, So Newchee Thinks unleashing down the straight, pays $6.83.20 on the tote and around $8 fixed. Defeats El Hudson at $2 and Captain Maverick no third dividend. Kirakan ran fourth. 6-3, 2 and 4 to race number 4 at Randwick, Kensington.
And in the windy conditions, Laurel Hill walks forward, and we're just about right now. Race 5, they're set. Doesn't hold them. They're off and racing immediately, and Beour Bay got a nice start near the inside, showing good speed as Run Rory Run, and there goes Up to Mischief. Up to Mischief breaks out of the pack at the 1,000, takes the lead from Run Rory Run. Strombus Keen third, Outback Angel caught wide. Beour Bay fifth from Killer Kerr. Bully for You getting back was Laurel Hill, followed by Just in Time, and Tap and Run sees them all. Up to Mischief found the lead, 650 metres to go, 3/4 Run Rory Run. Outback Angel towing along third the outside. Strombus is fourth the fence, then Beour Bay, Laurel Hill. Further back was Killer Kerr, Bully for You, Tap and Run in the 3 wide line improving. And last was Just in Time to the turn. Up to Mischief. First to see the judge at the 400 metres from Run Rory Run. Strombus trying to push out. He's squeezing through in the centre. Laurel Hill's next. Further back was Outback Angel and then Beour Bay. Inside the last 250. Laurel Hill, Run Rory Run. Strombus's run was short-lived. Beour Bay late. Laurel Hill's hit the lead. 125 to go. Run Rory Run. Up to Mischief is coming back and Beour Bay launching. It's Laurel Hill, Beour Bay. Beour Bay driving. Got there right on the line. Beour Bay, the Victorian mares, pounced and won from Laurel Hill. Photo for third. Run Rory Run. Up to Mischief. Just in Time. Bully for You behind those. Then Strombus, Tap and Run. And Outback Angel with Killer Kerr.
Oh, Beour Bay, well, they've made the trip here and they've taken the cash. Beour Bay, $3.70 on the NOP close, $3.70 on the tote. A horse that, of course, has brought that Victorian form, trained at Mornington, last start, ran last over the 1,200 metres there at Geelong, but just, as we said pre-race, that was just a complete forgive. And you saw, afforded every opportunity from Tyler Schiller today. Beour Bay has been able to get over the top, and I'm sure Mick Wallace lamenting it somewhat. His selection, Laurel Hill, at double figures, has led all bar the final metre, Mick. But a fantastic performance to reel your horse in there.
Yeah, really good performance from Beour Bay. Perhaps hadn't had all the favours last couple of runs down there in Victoria. Was getting a nice little drop in grade. Was beaten for speed, but has presented at the right time and is able to reel in Laurel Hill, who was good. She was back last 3 wide. She tracked up with a little bit of cover. Matty Owen elected to press the button at the top of the straight. She was all out with about 100 metres to go, and it was like a cork bobbing in the ocean. She was always going to be vulnerable, and it was Beour Bay that's sprouted wings late. We stand by for that third number.
Yeah, we'll confirm the numbers in 2 ticks, but let's just have a chat to Hayden Black in the meantime, who's representing the Shane Nichols camp. I'm sure they'll be pleased with that.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good thrill. That's our first winner in Sydney. Such a tough, honest mare. She had to give those horses 9 kilos. Really happy.
Yeah, and as you said pre-race, nothing went right last time. She was afforded every opportunity there from Tyler, and she sprouted wings late.
Yeah, definitely. I sort of thought she was no chance at the top of the straight, but yeah, she knuckled down. It was a good ride by Tyler, and not sure what we do now. Might have to keep an eye on the weather. There's a few we like to get a bit of black type, so there's a few stakes races, the fillies and mare stakes races coming up. We'll check the weather, and we might be back.
Yeah, so 17, we'd love to have you back. 17 of 26 starts she's been in the money now, and prize money just south of 350,000. I mean, you'd love to have a few more of these.
Yeah, definitely. She's such a pleasure. She's got a great bunch of owners in her, and well done to the staff. Lydia and Lauren do a lot of work with her. They take her down the beach and they treat her like an absolute queen. So it's a good thrill.
She's rewarded them today. Well done.
Thank you.
Fantastic work. It was nice to hear from them and it was great to hear from Hayden, who previously worked with Richard Friedman, and here he is working with the Nichols camp, and 2, 8, 9 and 5 across the line confirmed. Beour Bay takes it out. The last 600, 34.27. The race time, 1:14.27. The margins ahead by a length. Well, at about the 100, you would have got a decent price about this horse, and Beour Bay would have been nice and skinny. But as it turns out, Beour Bay has been able to reel in Laurel Hill and take it out. We'll get to Tyler Schiller in 2 ticks. Ali can ask him how he considered his chances at the 100 mark, but that's been a big performance, Ali.
It absolutely has, and as Hayden mentioned, it didn't look like she was able to get there. And Tyler, we'll get your thoughts. Did you think that you were able to do enough to run down the leader?
I did at the 200. I thought at the 300 they sort of skipped on her a little bit on the bit of a firmer deck than what we would have liked for her, but I thought she did a great job. She knuckled down. She's been some good form races in Victoria coming up here, so they were pretty confident, the team at the Nichols Racing team coming up here, that she was going to be hard to beat.
I think that's Shane's first winner in Sydney, and he mentioned that he might stick around for a fillies and mares race. They'd like to get some black type for her as well, so no doubt you'll be putting your hand up.
Yeah, definitely, especially if there can be a bit more rain. I think she's done a good job to win today from where she was with a decent weight. I think if she can get in a stakes race down in the weights with a wet track, she's going to be a big chance.
Great work, Tyler. I'm getting used to chatting to you post-race now.
Thank you.
Yeah, well done, Tyler. Well done, Ali. And yes, that Geelong form, quite often you can have a look in the form guide and see last. Well, there's a difference between last and a good last, and that was a good last time out in the Prelude. Obviously a step down here, but did have to have a good horse's weight to claim it. 2, 8, 9 and 5. One more to go from the Kenzo.
Thank you very much, Ben and the team. And the 2 best backed runners run the Quinella in the end there at Randwick, Kensington, with Beour Bay, the Victorian, taking the Sydney Siders cash, $3.90 and $1.70. Mick Wallace living up to his record as probably being the best value finder here at Sky Racing in regards to the tipsters. Laurel Hill, that is heavily backed, narrowly missing. $2.60 runs second, and Run Rory Runs injected more value for exotic players, $7.30. Up to Mischief's run fourth, but the eye catcher just in time up the fence late. 2, 8, 9 and 5 from race number 5 at the Kenzo.
Believe in Angels set. 340 now, Idle Flyer, as we're just about right. Ready. Couple out wide, moving around. Racing this time. Kirkuk missed it. Where's Idle Flyer? I just can't find her early stages. She's in the second half of the field, so she didn't clear that well. Idle Flyer third last, a favourite. Bouncing to the front, Unconquerable. Leads from Lutetia. Getting across was Kaznar, looking to get some cover outside of Metaphorically as they slacken. Imposing Pia railing through. Believe in Angels. Bella Khadijah between horses. Then Idle Flyer. Kirkuk, and the last one is Red Hot Lizzie. Unconquerable the leader, racing to the side with 600 metres to go. Half a length Lutetia. Kaznar couldn't get in. Third the outside, followed by Imposing Pia. Metaphorically fourth the centre. Wider on the track was Believe in Angels. Idle Flyers in the 3 wide line, coming to the outside. She's just off the bridle, straightening. It's Unconquerable held together. 3.75 to go. Letitia issues a challenge the outside. Metaphorically, Kaznar. Further back, Believe in Angels. It's Unconquerable. Letitia, 200 metres to go. Unconquerable the inside. Letitia the outside. Idle Flyers up to third. Metaphorically's back to the inside. Unconquerable, Letitia. Metaphorically, and Idle Flyer wide out. Could it still get up? Oh, she can. Idle Flyer. At no stage did you want to be on, but she somehow thrust herself into the line and got there from a photo finish. Metaphorically, Lutetia, Unconquerable, Bella Khadijah, and a thrilling finish to the last. Behind those then was Imposing Pia, Red Hot Lizzie. Then came Believe in Angels, Kaznar, Kirkuk. Well, I'm not sure how she's got there, but she has.
No, she's done an absolutely brilliant job to get over the top, as mentioned there by Luke in the call. Not 1 point in that race did you feel confident, but Zach Lloyd has done a great job being able to build through the revs down the outside, down the bulk of the straight. And Maddie Smith, well played to you. I hope you got a piece of the double figures there. $11 at 1 point, bottomed out at $3.20 and closed $3.40 on the local tote. So a good bit of support there for Idle Flyer Second up, we did chat to Tom pre-race. I'm sure he'll have a smile on his face now post. That was a fantastic performance to get over the top, Tom.
Yeah, great. Zach was very good in her. She kind of anticipated the start a little bit further back than planned, but she came home very strong.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit difficult today. You're sitting there going, do we want to face the breeze? Would we rather be back with cover? At least she got a nice trail into the race. She was able to find a decent back and storm home late. But did you feel confident 200 out?
No, I thought we were going to run well to finish in the placings, but she hit the line strong, so it was a great performance.
So that's second up. What can we expect deeper into the prep, do you anticipate?
I'd say see how she pulls up, but she's going to be a filly that's going to progress with racing and a bit further as well, so see how she is, and I'm sure Matt has a plan for her.
I'm sure he does. We'll keep a close eye on her. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Tom there doing a great job for Matty Smith and representing him here today. You can see down the outside, I mean, they've given away a 4 or 5 length head start at that point. Unconquerable's desperately trying to hold on. You can see Letitia there on the outside trying to mount a case, and metaphorically along the inside has steamed home late, but they've all been bloused, haven't they, by Idle Flyer. Numbers across the line, 10, 4, 8 and 11, 34.17 that last 6. The race time was 1:14.03. The margin half a length in the end, half a length by a half head, and that just shows how quickly this galloper was going. All right, so we wrap up. We'll get to Ali in 2 ticks to have a chat to Zach, who's had another good day. We wrap up an enjoyable, short but sweet meeting here on the Kenzo. They've kind of won a few litres early, but the class horses admittedly were up on speed. And then later on in the day, we have seen them be able to steam down the outside with a big head of steam up and reel them all in, and that was the case here with this galloper. Win number 2 at start number 4 from a 3-year-old daughter of Dundeel, who no doubt will improve as we get over further and deeper into her career. Zach just having a chat to Tom, and he'll come back and weigh in. Ali, 10, 4, 8, 11. We've seen some good performances from the back later on in the meeting, and that was certainly one.
Yeah, and she'll be one to follow as well, of course, being by Dundeel. She'll go out over further and she'll only improve. She looks a pretty hot-headed type as she comes back in here. Everyone was jumping out of their way, but you absolutely steamed home there.
Yeah, I think I got saved by a nice horse. Nothing really went to plan, and the wind, I think, irritated her today. She was quite busy behind the barriers and in the barriers, so she came in a bit awkwardly, and it was a messy run race. They went kind of quick that first furlong and then really backed off, so I thought we were a bit out of play at the back, but she picked up really well, and then, yeah, was really good through the line.
She looks quite a hot filly, but obviously with a lot of upside. She's by Dundeel, so you'd expect she'd get further too.
Yeah, exactly. As you said, she was quite hot. She went to the gates and they're quite keen, and I wasn't quite sure how she'd be in the run, but she relaxes really nicely in the run, and hence why she's got such a good turn of speed, but she's going to be a very nice filly over a bit of ground.
Great work.
Thank you.
Well done, Zach. Zach gets a double, Eccedere in race number 2, and completes it there with that horse in the last. There were some great storylines through the day. I think Jose Severo, first trip to Randwick, getting a win with So Newchee Thinks for the stable he's doing plenty of work for in the Lees camp, was certainly one of the headlines.